All right, so listen, we finna get right into it. We finna go ahead and start looking at some of these ingredients, right? Now, this right here might look a little crazy to you. That's because I'm doing 3 pies. I got 2 pie crusts right here. And I just want to say this part. Listen, you guys can make them out of graham crackers, however you want to do them. I went ahead and bought myself pie crust with the pan on the bottom, right? These are actually Marie Callender's pie crust. Got them out of the freezer section. All I gotta do is put these in the oven, and bake these and brown these up. Save some time, folks. You're still gonna get a good result. Now, the rest of everything you see is always on my website. That's smokingandgrillinwithab.com, and that's WITAB.com. I mean, this right here is big. You know what I mean? This is where I can have space. You don't need a bowl this big. A bunch of bowls like this will probably do you best. Now, let's talk about the tools. If you look right here, you see this right here? I got my, my stand mixer. I like to use this because I like to use my paddle attachment so it picks up them strings. So after I get and pick up everything and I mix it, then I'm gonna put it inside of my food processor. That's where I need to get it, super fine, coming out of the can. Oh, and last but not least, boom. That's my own custom. Well, I ain't gonna say custom. I just made this. It's only one way to make vanilla extract. I make mine every year. Now I'm just like opening up the playbook and showing everybody. Don't forget, when you go to my website, just look it up. You'll find it. You know what I mean? I got that article written out for you with all of the pictures and show you just how easy it is to make. Now, with that being said, let's bake. Right off the rip, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and preheat our oven. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. We're gonna hit bake and we're gonna do 425, right? We started. I already got mine halfway heated up. I was ahead of the game, just getting it preheated, or something like that. Anyway, so look, that's going. Now, here are my sweet potatoes right here. You guys see these right here? And this is what you want to do. You see this? You want to get yourself a fork. And what we're going to do is we want to let some of that steam out as we cooking, right? So I'll just go ahead and just stab it like this. Fork does just fine. Don't do nothing like extra. Don't be out there like, oh, I'm finna get a knife, fool around, pushed it through, hurt yourself. You know what I mean? You ain't got to do all that. That's all you need. As soon as this comes up to temp, we're going to put it in the oven. Let me address this part. You want to get all of your all of your sweet potatoes. You see what I got on my mind. All of your sweet potatoes, you want them to be about the same size, right? You don't want this one to be ready and then these bigger ones are not. But if you can get them and they all soft, that's fine. But don't forget, when you looking for them, try to size them all, the best you can. Now we just put it in here. Remember, I'm gonna say 1 hour to start. I'm looking at the size, 1 hour. We gotta get them soft, folks. So set yourself a timer. I'm gonna mess with everybody. Alexa, set a timer for 1 hour. Ain't no about, I'm finna give you an exact science. I went 1 hour and 17 minutes. And what you see in here right now, you see how I got them split? I did this so that they were cool. Okay, let's address this part. I got this right here, which is my food processor. And then I got my, my stand mixer here. You can do everything inside of this food processor, you know what I mean? But don't forget, it's gonna have them little, them little lines that's gonna be in here. And when you use this right here, when you got a stand mixer, it's gonna be like magic. It's gonna catch all of this stuff, right? And so from here, I transfer my filling into here, and that's how I get it when I puree it and get it like super smooth. I'm finna take 3 of these, so I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna put this one here. Work with me, folks, you'll understand why. Since I'm making 3 pies, right, I just want to kind of like get the ones together. Like these long ones right here, look like they're about the same. We'll just group those there, this one here, and maybe half of that, right? I want to make sure that when I do my pies, that the filling is all the way kind of like close to the top. Right now, let's just go ahead and get it peeled. I'm not gonna bore you guys since I already cut it. I take this, even if it's too soft like this, let me go ahead and get myself a fork. Bring this over here so you guys can see. And I just want to get my filling. Okay, so look, I went ahead and put 3 sweet potatoes in here, right? They already been peeled. I'm gonna go ahead and start this off on low. I mean, that's good right there. We just get it going. Now, when you guys saw in the beginning, I had everything like broke down into 3s. That's for 3 individual pies. I'm gonna make this one right now just for 1. And before I forget, this is room temperature. So I'm gonna leave it like this. There's no such thing as overworking this. Oh yeah, it's melting just right. That's one of the things you're gonna wanna have when you got, when your yams is hot, that's working good. All right, so I kicked it up just a little bit. Look, this is low, just the next notch up. That's what you guys are hearing, right? Now we're getting ready to come with our brown sugar. And then I'm gonna add my white sugar to it. All right, now that I got my spatula, right? Let me cut this off. Let me go ahead and do this part right here. This is what I want to show you guys. I'm gonna hold this out. You gotta have the right tool for the job, right? So let me move this. You guys got to remember, man, we got to use this spatula up against the side. And if you add spices, you got to run something along the edges and the bottom. A lot of times you guys see me working with glass bowls. That way I can see what hasn't been incorporated. And you can see right here, you see them lumps? We're going to get this, we're going to purify it. You know what I mean? When I put it in that food processor, trust me, folks, it's going to be just like when it come out of the can. Now I'm going to reduce this down to like the lowest setting. We leave it like that, right? Because we don't have to worry about overworking it. Now you want to get yourself a bowl. Let me move this over while this is still going, right? Now we're going to go ahead and put these, crack these. Get yourself a whisk and let's work. You see how I'm whisking these eggs? You see them bubbles? That's where I know I got the air in there. You want them to be like that. That all comes into play when when you puree and everything. You want to have that consistency, right? So this is what everybody gonna be looking for, that smooth, out of the can type of pie, right? So you got to pay attention to the details, folks. All right, so now we just start adding this in here like this, and don't forget, a little bit at a time. It's all gonna get in there. Don't trip. All right, so now it's time to add our spices, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and give this just a pinch of salt. That's all you're gonna need. Trust me, folks, that's gonna give it the balance. Then we're gonna start adding our spices. Now don't forget, the full ingredient list is on my website. Again, that's Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com. See this right here? This that allspice. I gotta call it to his attention. I just give it just that's all you need, right? And then we add that. That'll be in there too. That's optional, but everybody wanna know why mine tastes a little different than everybody else's, because I just level mine up just a little bit. Now I'm gonna stop it, run this around the edges, and then we'll move over to that food processor. Oh man, it smells good. All right, now we're gonna put this vanilla extract in here, right? This is my own, I made it. You guys gotta check it out. Some of you guys don't even know what vanilla extract is made out of. It's made out of the vanilla bean, and then you know what you use? This is the secret weapon, the secret ingredient. It's vodka. Now I use interstate vodka, you know what I mean? That's the only vodka that I happen to like, and it makes some great vanilla extract, right? So I'm gonna add just a little bit of this to here. Oh, look at there. Now I thought it smelled good in the beginning. Now it really smells good. Once you hit it with that. Next, evaporated milk. Notice how I just pour it in there and I let the paddle do its work. All right, so as you see, I moved my, my mixer, right? I'm getting ready to put it in here. This right here don't look bad, but I'm just gonna get this where it'll be just a little smoother, right? So I'm gonna pour it in here. Now this step does not have to be done, folks. I'm just giving it to you, if you want to go the extra mile, you can do that. But like I say, you can completely skip this and go from here straight to the pie. And then you want to taste it too, because maybe my sweetness level might not be your sweetness level. Okay, so now we've cut this off. Let's look at the top of it. Look at that right there. That sweet potato smooth right there. Now, make sure we got that power off. Let's take this out. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this. Oh yeah. And then, the rest self-explanatory. Then we just pour these. I bet you some of y'all didn't even know that these are just that easy, right? It's like making that, what is that? This is just like making, peach cobbler. Like so many people have thought, including myself, that there was something major going on in the kitchen. My grandma would tell me sometimes, hey, go on out now. Give you Granny a little break. So we just put it right here. I'm gonna let gravity do the work. Now I'm finna make the rest of these so I can put them all in at the same time and they'll be ready. And just like that, folks, you have made your first sweet potato pie. I'm gonna set this right here. Let me knock out these rest of these real quick and we put them in the oven. All right, now I already reduced my temperature. Look, it's 350 from here on out, folks. We just gonna go in here for about 40 minutes and take a look at it. We're gonna keep looking at the top. We just wanna make sure the edge of the pie crust, brown good, and the pie kind of like sets, right? So just stick them in here like this. Count them in. Okay, I hear you, oven. Close this up, and I'll see you in 40. Okay, so I just took them out. I actually looked at them at 40 minutes and decided they can go an extra 20. So this is what they look like after an hour, right? Now, I went ahead and turned my oven. I put it up on broil. I'm gonna take this one right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a marshmallow top. I'm doing it kind of like the fast way, right? I don't want no extra roll on top. I'm just putting them out like this. Now, some of y'all, if you want to take the time to have them, maybe you want them all facing up like barrels standing up, you can do that too. And just add them where I see fit. Once it's at the broil, I'll put it back in there and I'll start browning these. That part is completely up to you, folks. All right, so look, you see how I did the top. You guys see that right there? I try not to leave nothing, covered. They're gonna melt just a little bit, but the objective is for us to just brown them like we did when we was going camping, right? So they're still kind of warm. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put this in here. I got it on broil. I'm gonna put it in now. I'm gonna close this. You see how I put them pecans on there? pecans, you guys tell me what the correct pronunciation is. Look, you can take some brown sugar, sprinkle that over here like that. You can do that. But I just want to roast these and get these just a little bit on the warm side. And then we're going to let these cool, right? Let me stick this in here with this one. Now, I'm not getting ready to leave. I'm finna watch them because I want to make sure that my marshmallows, when they start turning brown, I want to take them out. Then we're going to set them on the counter. You know, put them on a cooling rack. You want them to completely cool before we put them in the refrigerator, folks. That's completely cool now. All right, so if you want to know what I'm talking about, listen, that ain't no movie magic. I just put it in there, close the door. It doesn't take long. You see that right there? Yes, sir. Now for the pecans, we're gonna let those go for maybe about 2 or 3 more minutes. Okay, everybody, look, now you see I let it, rest. I put it in the refrigerator for a minute. Now we got it out. You guys can see right now, if you come in and take a look, look at that right there. I haven't ran no knife on the side or nothing. Look, nice, clean. It's already fire. I didn't have a chance to, you know how it is when you're making a pie or a cake, you get to taste it anyway. So I already know it's right. Again, there it is. When it's set, it's just fine. You guys can stick it out there. There it is on the fork. Cheers, y'all. It's the holidays, folks. That already smell like that in here anyway. This is good. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. If you never made a sweet potato pie, you know what I mean? And then even if you have, they got all kind of ways, to make it. I'm gonna say it's about 4 or 5 different ways that I see, no matter who you are, what side of the country you are on, we usually come up with about the same thing. So this is really for the people that really step out on their own and want to do the full Thanksgiving, thing. This right here, get their legs. I know it's hard to change because you can go to the grocery store and pick up a sweet potato pie right now for about $5. You know what I mean? But go ahead and make one. This way you can control your sweetness and all of that. And then these right here, these belong to somebody. That's why I haven't even, cut these, because somebody wanted to have pecans on the top, wanted me to put a little roasting on the top, and then I put a little brown sugar. Now you guys can put crumble on the top if that's what you like. And then here, they wanted one of these right here with marshmallows. It's the exact same thing with just different toppings, right? So with that being said, look, talk to me down in the comment section below. And that, tell me what you're gonna be putting on your Thanksgiving table. Is it gonna be this? Is it gonna be this? And I just wanna know. Now, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, to tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. I'm gonna walk off with this one. If you wanna gaze over something, there you go. Peace.